who does it better, the VC-backed startups or Fortune 500 companies in terms of building executive talent?
Bigger companies do a much better job in creating a more diverse team to a point, right? Up to a certain level. But you'll see more women in decision-making roles, in general a more diverse, I think, team. Startups tend to be much more homogeneous. They oftentimes look very similar because they oftentimes hire people, again, who they know, who they've worked with before. And the most comfortable thing is somebody who looks like them, who sounds like them, who went to Stanford together or wherever they went together to college. And it's understandable because it builds trust, right? It's like, hey, we have so many things in common with this individual. I can trust this person. But the downside is that they're missing all these other perspectives, right? And oftentimes, don't see the blind spots. I mean, a good example is actually Nokia, and there have been many studies about it, right? Nokia, very homogeneous environment, a lot of, men who worked together for a long time, and they did not see the iPhone threat coming, or didn't take it serious, and it basically wiped out more or less their whole, phone business. So could that have been prevented if they would have had a more diverse team? Maybe. I mean, I don't know, right? But they could have basically say, hey, this is something happening here right now, and we need to respond right now. Right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
And I think that's the danger. I mean, right now, a lot of companies being built, they probably won't exist anymore a year or two from now. Is there really a market for it? And what's the market differentiator?
Yep.
And who you're selling to, right? And who are really buying from us, right? What happens if the VC money doesn't flow anymore? So all these things, right? Yeah.
Wonderful. One quality that makes someone truly board ready. What's that one quality?
Being able to connect to people at all kinds of levels, I think. Right, to be authentic, number one, I think is really important. But to be able to make a connection with, with different people at different levels. I think it's it's a bit of a talent, it's also a skill. But to move away from being scripted, because sometimes I have conversations with people and they start basically giving me a script of who they are.
Yeah.
And I can tell they have told the script to many, many other people. And it doesn't build a connection, right? So it's like, it might be very impressive, but if that's not relevant to me, who cares, right? It might be relevant to me at some later stage in the conversation. So I think it's when do you say what, not that I get all this right? But it's always easy to criticize others when you're not in the situation yourself, right? Yeah. So an observer role can always see the flaws more than when you can yourself.